So, the director of Prisoners decides to make another film, and it is just as fucking dark as Prisoners. So, today's review is of Sicario. Sicario stars Emily Blunt as a sort of cop that deals with, or an FBI agent that deals with kidnappings, which leads her to the cartel, in which she then gets picked up or chosen by a sort of spook who's not really a spook, who no one really knows who he is, Josh Brolin's character, who has also employed a sort of person you, again, don't know who is. You're guessing maybe he's a hitman. Who does he work for? USA, Mexico? You're not too sure. And that is played by Benicio del Toro. Benicio del Toro is so fucking good in this film. It is probably one of his best films in ages. If he doesn't get Best Actor or Best Supporting Actor for this role, then I've lost all hope, more so than I already have with the Oscars. He is great in it. His backstory, which I won't go into because it's a spoiler, is amazing. The way he acts, and you think he sort of cares, but you're not too sure. His acting in general is brilliant, but I think it's also down to the direction, because the Prisoners, the Prisoners director manages to direct Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh Jackman together to do this perfect thing, and it's awesome. And in this, he does it as well. Emily Blunt as well. Emily Blunt is my top choice for the Oscars as well. She was so good in this film. Emily Blunt just kicks ass. She is such a good actress. And yeah, Josh Brolin's pretty good in it. I wouldn't really say for the Oscars or anything, but he's still good. Like, Shane from The Walking Dead was in it as well. He played a really good role as well. So the other thing I love about this is the soundtrack. It sets up so much tension in this film, and there is so much tension in this film that needs to be set up, and it does it so perfectly. There's a bit where they are kind of waiting cars across the border, but you know there are cartel people around. When are they going to attack? There's a bit in a tunnel that is awesome. There's a bit in Emily Blunt's house. Well, there's a couple bits in Emily Blunt's house, which is pretty awesome. And the ending I think is just perfect. It kind of rounds off everything. The director, Prisoners is probably one of the darkest, most grittiest films I've seen in the past couple of years. I think it does a perfect job, and Prisoners was one of my favourite films of that year. It would have got if I was doing reviews back then, it would have got a 5 out of 5. Sicario is good. It's great, but it's not as good as Prisoners. I still think it has the great gritty tone. The soundtrack is awesome, and the acting is awesome, and the direction is awesome. The script is awesome. Fun fact here, the script is actually done by a character who is in Sons of Anarchy. In Sons of Anarchy, he plays David Hale, Deputy David Hale. He's the deputy in it, and he's gone on from acting to do this. And as a first script, the script is perfect. The script deserves an Oscar. Well, knowing Tarantino's film's coming out, that will probably nick the Oscar. But if Tarantino didn't have a film out this year, that would win the Oscar for me. The script is solid. Direction is solid. There are little bits that, like, I feel like could have been cut a bit and didn't need to be in there. So I don't normally give. I hate giving kind of half a stars, but it's in between a 4 and a 5. I'm going to do a 4 out of 4.5. I hate doing halves, but there's something there. I feel like if it was cut a bit shorter, it felt like there's little tiny bits that dragged on. If it was cut a bit shorter, I think it would have been perfect. It is a perfect film, but not uber perfect, which my 5 stars have to be uber perfect. I don't want to be in the film checking my watch, but there was one point where I was checking my watch, and I don't want to be doing that. But except for that, it was good, and I think this is a strong contender for the Oscars, and a strong contender for maybe my top 10 of the year. But yeah, 4.5 out of 5. What is your favourite Emily Blunt film? What is your favourite Josh Brolin film? What's your favourite Benicio del Toro film? And do you like Prisoners? And what do you think could get the Oscars this year so far that's come out already? Like, share, subscribe, and this has been Stuff and Things. Thanks for watching.